nowhere. She off her said, don't go there. Break her back, she protect and attack it. Let them buckle, give no air. Whole world wanna be us. Then my main, she my day one on my way. Let you get celebrate, cause we the baddest in the club. That's my best friend. She a real bad, got on.
We're the land of the free and the home of the brave.
And an inspired rendition of our national anthem. Really getting warmed up here, just moments away. We'll be back right after this.
I ain't need no commentary. If you the competition, you gon' get buried. I don't cheat on the game, we getting married. They gon' know me as legendary. When it stands, I ain't need no commentary. Ain't no option, ain't no secondary. I just throw it out like a Hail Mary. Legendary.
This is it, opening day. The regular season is set to begin, and we're thrilled to bring you all the live action right here on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and joining me tonight, Chris Webber and Greg Anthony, with our Hall of Famer David Aldridge reporting from the sideline. A chance to check out Los Angeles' upcoming schedule. On Sunday, they'll be playing against James Harden and the Brooklyn Nets. And then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up with Chris Paul and the Phoenix Suns. And before we get going, let's hear from David Aldridge on the sideline. David?
Well, playing in Los Angeles presents unique challenges. Lakers great Magic Johnson says Hollywood's right there. And you can't go too close to all of that because it'll take away from winning. So you have to be disciplined to play in LA, and remember that with the Lakers, it's all about winning championships. Kevin?
It sure is, and the banners to prove it, David. Thank you. And Greg, with over a decade you had in the NBA, is there an opening night that you remember most?
Man, that very first time putting on that Knicks jersey. The game was in Orlando. I played 28 minutes, which was a lot for a rookie back then, and I'll never forget that night.
So the Nets starting five. The small and power forwards are Harris and Durant. Harden out there with Kyrie Irving. And it's Griffin in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And for Los Angeles, and they have their big three all out there. Westbrook at the point with LeBron and Davis at the forward. Marc Gasol is out there with Malik Monk. Now here's James. In the corner, it's Monk. And the three off target.
Defensive breakdown, and they can't capitalize. He'll hit that shot almost every time.
KD finds Harden.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one. And really an incredible playmaker his entire career. Harden has taken that up a notch, and he now often looks for his teammates first.
And so the Los Angeles get the first points of the ballgame. Here's Davis, and it's slammed in by Davis.
One of the more mobile bigs in the league. Davis is a real threat on the drive.
And huge assist totals for Harden, which is also a reflection, Greg, of the talent around him.
And he's played with some of the best finishers in the game throughout his career. What changed starting last year was his mindset, making him all that much more difficult to defend. And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
And there's a whistle that's going to go on James Harden. That's his first foul. And Los Angeles with some changes. Anthony comes in for Marc Gasol. And it's Kendrick Nunn in for Monk. Nicholas Claxton's checked in for Brooklyn. Mills comes in for James Harden. And then Durant with the dunk.
Brushing off the defense with ease. Durant is no stranger to being played with physicality.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 3 of 5 shooting the ball so far. Nunn passes to Carmelo. The shot's good.
And their post play has been really solid right off the bat.
And Mills kicks to Irving. Back to Mills. Pass to Harris. Great D that time from LeBron.
Some very aggressive defense to prevent the easy lay-in.
Loads it up for Davis. And Davis throws it down.
The timing on the play is exceptional. Davis arrives right on cue to slam it in.
He feeds it to Carmelo. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
That's another basket for them. They have really come out blazing here in the first.
And so it's Los Angeles in the driver's seat, up 8 points at the end of the quarter. They've been playing some ferocious defense. Right back after this break. And one of the game's elite closers, Kyrie Irving, describes his approach down the stretch.
For me, I just try to feel out the game, think about plays that I could run in order to execute. That kind of I've been holding on to, paying attention throughout the whole entire game where either it's attacking the big or attacking my man.
Greg, that's reminiscent of quotes we used to hear from Kobe Bryant, how certain moves and possessions set up defenders for the next time.
Well, Kyrie definitely has that Mamba mentality. Kobe was a big influence on him, as we all know.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far, halfway through the first half in this one. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle sticks for the Lakers?
They're showing a lot of energy in the open court here in the first half, pushing it every chance they get and racking up those points on the break.
And also defensively, they've been able to cause some turnovers tonight, and that also builds confidence and gives you momentum.
So with Westbrook on the bench, this is who Frank Vogel is out there. Kendrick Nunn out there with Kent Bazemore. Then it's Trevor Ariza. Then it's Anthony, and it's Howard in at the 5 down low. And we've got an update here, so let's catch up with David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Well, the Brooklyn Nets are creating a fresh legacy. Kevin Durant says it's new energy. One of the first teams in Nets history where fans are expecting us to do good things. The basketball culture is deep in Brooklyn, and they're looking for a team to latch on to. Well, guys, it looks like they found a good one.
I agree, David. Thanks.
And here we can check out the story on Kyrie Irving. Coming off a terrific season. Last season, 27 points per, 6 assists and 4 rebounds. And when they need to add defense, that's who they look to.
I would too. The defensive ability, the energy, the tenacity. He's the whole package.
Looking at who's out there now for the Lakers. Marc Gasol's checked in for Howard. Davis comes in for Anthony. LeBron, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Kent Bazemore. And that last look brought to you by the AT&T 5G Slam King. Gasol dishes to James. And here in the second with about a minute and a half gone by. And LeBron throws it down hard.
Come on, Hall of Fame, athleticism and ability. James has no problem throwing it down in style.
Rondo against Harden, out left to the wing. Nunn wide open. And it's good coming on the assist by Rajon Rondo. Nunn's got 5 points now in the quarter. Durant feeling it out a bit. Over LeBron. Rebounded by the Lakers. Now Nunn going inside. And no luck with that time on the buzzer beater.
Gotta admire the speed of Harden. I mean, he looks locked in on defense, especially with how he contests these shots.
And the first half is now in the books. Lakers on top, up by 15. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much here with Frank Vogel. Coach, the points coming with regularity in that first half. What's been the key?
We're playing with a high offensive motor. We're screening through physicality. We're cutting hard. We're moving the basketball. We're getting good shots for ourselves.
And it's showing on the floor, Coach. Thanks for your time. Back to you guys.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
It's the Lakers out on top at halftime. They lead by 15. Kenny, how'd you see it?
Man, this was a brawl inside. Shaq, I know you like this. Man, guys were sacrificing their bodies, making plays through contests, just wearing the hard hat. That's how this game got out of hand.
And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
I know it's not the case, but it seemed like they were lacking on the offensive game plan. Maybe some guys were improvising when they should have been making the next pass, but hey, not looking good out there.
With a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. You have to like what we're seeing from Carmelo Anthony.
You just love the patience in that first half. Waited until he got the look he wanted.
Yeah, working the ball, getting clean, quality looks. I mean, just efficient basketball through and through.
And, Chris, one change we're seeing now, a lot less post-up scoring. Do you miss it?
I do miss it. I mean, if you're 7 foot, you should be close to the basket at times if you have game. You got to win. But I love to see our players who do it effectively inside and outside. I mean, think about Embiid. Think about Jokic. I mean, and on the whole, I love the way that the game is evolved. And I really miss the post-up because you have to have complete game. And I think we're rewarding skill and complete game now. So I think it's good.
Starting off the second half, here's Steve Nash's 5. We've got Durant. Griffin is out there with Johnson. Then it's Joe Harris. And it's Bembry in at the 1. And a chance there to look back at the stunning mobile 1 block a moment ago.
And right out of the gate, trying to set the tone defensively. You gotta love that energy.
And we all know Monk likes to shoot, but their great decision, getting it to the open teammate.
And this is year 1 of LeBron's 2-year, $85 million extension. And, Greg, that will take him through age 38.
And that will amount to $435 million in career earnings, the most all time. And it wouldn't surprise me if he's got a few more years left in the tank after that.
Here's James, and they cash in right away with the quick shot. James has got 4 points in the quarter.
A maestro from the mid-range. LeBron has a keen sense of when to shoot from it.
Los Angeles leading by 20. The kick out to Westbrook. The tray. And it's KD with the rebound. And so it's KD with it. He brings up the ball for the Brooklyn Nets. Bembry misses.
Everything looked good until the finish. It all goes wrong.
And Durant sends it back. The offensive rebound.
You can't look at the result of that shot. They'll take that whenever they get it.
You're exactly right. I mean, that's the kind of shot you're trying to work for at the offensive end.
Here's Westbrook. They get it again. Gasol passes to Monk. And the Lakers with another miss. Here's Johnson. Here's Harris. That's short off the rim. And so it's Los Angeles closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. Defensively, they have gotten after it, contesting every shot going up. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
No, it's quick decision making. You see a guy open, you can't hesitate. That's an outstanding play.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. So with Davis sitting on the bench, this is who Fred Vogel is out there. Howard is out there with Anthony. That's Rajon Rondo. Then there's Kent Bazemore. And it's Westbrook in at the shooting guard position. Here is Harden after Rajon Rondo's bucket. Irving kicks to Millsap. Rebounded by Howard. Lakers leading by 22. And there's the call on Kyrie Irving. That'll be his second foul of the game. And back in the day, Greg, Allen Iverson got criticized for devaluing practice. Now we've got healthy players sitting out of games. Has load management gone too far, you think?
Not a practice, but a game. We got guys missing games, Kevin. There's no doubt about it. But honestly, I'm really all for load management in this regard. If I owned a team and I had to invest $200 million in a player, I want to do everything I can to prolong my investment. And the reality is we've got our stars playing at unprecedented lifts at higher levels later in their careers. So I'm all for doing what we can to prolong the careers of our very best players. Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just a total obliteration, if you will. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Lakers.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And it'll go down as their first official win of the new year.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for LeBron.
Well, he had a hand in just about everything they did tonight. I mean, he just didn't take a single possession off on either end. He was the complete package.
They made the most of their opportunities, looking comfortable and locked in throughout the night.
That's why they're in the driver's seat right now, looking to put this one away.
And again, no good by Brooklyn. And it's the Lakers' ball. 9 points in a row. Good run for him right now. He's looking for Howard and finds him.
And it's just competing. And, you know, giving your best when it matters most.
Well, this is what guys play for. And when it pans out like this, it's a great feeling.
Miller. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
And that one misses.
Patty Mills at the line for 2.
He hits the second from the line. 5 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And so it's the Lakers taking care of business here. They've won this game going away. They were the better basketball team by far tonight.
And you got to commend this sort of dominance, particularly here at home. It's a great feeling when you play almost a perfect game and to have that crowd be so pumped up.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, guys. Russell, congrats. How satisfying is this win?
It's great. You know, did what we supposed to do. We came in and competed at a high level defensively for the most part and got the win.
And you continue to keep it rolling, Russ. Thanks very much. Back to you guys.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Greg Anthony, Chris Webber, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.